What up, everybody? This is your boy GMillion, aka Garrett, or Garrett, aka GMillion. I really don't care which way you say my name, but welcome to the first episode of Console Gaming Radio. And I am here with.
Hello, my fellow gamers. Welcome back to the game here, or Andy or Andy Factor, whatever you want to say.
Now, since this is the first episode of Console Gaming Radio Reboot, here's how it goes. So we're going to talk about in detail what we've been playing, what we think of the games, and give like a full-on discussion of the games. And we're going to rank the games that we're playing. Every week we're probably going to be playing different games, so I'm probably going to ask him questions about the games he's playing. He's probably going to ask me questions about the games that I've been playing. And we're going to do a thumbs up review, thumbs down, thumbs sideways if we think it's okay. Then after the video game discussions, we'll probably get into some news topics. We cover news topics that we want to cover. Then probably do some new game releases and new game dates. However, a lot of the stuff that didn't suit our fancies this week in week of gaming. And after that, I want to do a secret topic of show and tell. This is not going to be a recruiting topic. If we have anything of interest that we want to show in our video portion of our podcast, then we'll show it off and I'll talk about it. I have a couple things that I want to show off, and at the end of the episode, actually no, let's go back. If you guys leave us questions in the comment section, we'll answer it next week in our episodes. So further ado, I played 3 games this week, or last week into this week. The first game that I played was Ascent on Game Pass. I played it on the Series X, and the game is actually pretty cool. Like it's a cyberpunk style game. It's a isometric view type, and it's like a twin stick shooter also. And the music, the sound effects are pretty cool. The game, like once you start, the game feels like it's like challenging, but you have to get used to the controls. You have to get used to the style of the game. I have not played a twin stick shooter since Resogun. So
What I've heard about that one is actually done really well. I actually heard it had $12 million in sales or something like that, which is insane
yeah,
for a game like that.
yeah. Well,
So
it's on Game Pass. I don't know how to track the sales on that game.
yeah, well, I saw an article on it sometime this past week. It's either 12 million or 1.2 million, which is still not, or maybe it was 12 million players.
Yeah,
But
maybe.
still, that's a good number for a game like that.
So, like I said, the style of the game is really, really cool. You if you're not used to the style of the game, you're gonna have a hard time playing it. Once you get used to the aiming, once you get used to the controls, it's gonna be easier. It's gonna run you about 6 to 8 hours, but if you explore, it's gonna run you more. I probably played about 2 hours of the game so far, and the music, amazing. Sound effects, pretty cool. It's voice acted. Only things that you have to read are the tutorials and computer terminals and stuff like that. So so far, I want to go back to it. So as of right now, I'm going to give the game a thumbs up. So what about you?
Awesome.
What's the first game that you've been playing?
Well, if anybody's followed my channel, they know I've started Yakuza Like a Dragon, and it's kind of has a Western but Japanese RPG feel at the same time. And I really wasn't anticipating that because I've seen where it's more. The game reminds me more of an adult Persona game.
Mm-hmm.
And I love just the combat of it, the smooth. The story is amazing into it.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need to go into details of that, but
I beat the
it's
game, so you can go way into it.
well, I know you have. I'm not sure who has watched and who hasn't, so I don't want
That's
to
true. That's
spoil
true.
anything. I mean, I'm right now like in chapter 4 or 5. I can't quite remember right offhand, but the game starts becoming self-aware and a meme basically, and it's hilarious to me. I lose it every time I get part anywhere past things. So I'm having a blast with it. I'm gonna I don't know how far I'll get with completing the game, like 100%ing it, but I know I'm gonna be playing it for quite a while.
Well, if you do want 100% it, it involves you getting to like level 100 and stuff like that, maxing out all your jobs and all that,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So what do you think of like you you barely got into the combat of the game. So what do you think of the combat so far?
So, like I mentioned, it's very Persona-like, and a combination of Persona and if you like Legend of Dragoon. It's
Mm-hmm.
the best way I can think about it. The quick time actions to do more damage. It's a very smooth experience for a game like that. I'm not like I said, I wasn't really. I haven't really watched any of the game. I'm going in the game blind, to be
Mm-hmm.
completely honest with you. So whenever I saw the whole RPG system, the smoothness of like how summons exist, turn like traditional JRPG stuff, I was really taken back from it. But it's just this very smooth game, and the animations are amazing.
Right, right. So did you find your first pound mates yet?
I literally was the last episode I recorded.
Okay, so what is
That that broke me. I I'm sat there just dumbfounded because I'm like, this is gonna be the dumbest thing ever when Adachi picks up the poster, and I'm just like, this is not gonna end well. This is not gonna
so
end well.
so what do you think of what was your first reaction when you picked up that poster?
Like, this is either my first thought was literally was a guy's gonna show up. Either someone's gonna attack us, or it's gonna be exactly what it says, and a guy's gonna come for Adachi or something. Because Japanese humor can be strange like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then that fight is just like, wait a minute, what is this?
Yeah, it's like thank you for calling pound mates. That I
You've
fuck
used your free trial.
yeah, dude, I fucking love that. And there's a lot more pound mates. I'm not gonna spoil it for you, but the way you get pound mates in the game is just you gotta do random side quests in the game. They call it side stories. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you've done stuff. And that's pretty much how you get the pound mates. So if you guys are playing the game and you guys are having trouble finding the summons, just do side quests in the game. That's an easy way to get some money. Later on in the game, you get a business management system that will easily help you get money. But in the beginning of the game, that's how you easily get money is doing that. And yeah, what do you think of the characters and the stories so far?
They're very can't think of the word offhand. They're very larger than life characters. Like, I love the backgrounds of everybody, how everybody got there. It all makes sense. Um, Ichiban is hilarious to me. Like,
Yeah,
everything
he is.
about him is just over the top, borderline insane. Okay, he's full blown insane. I can't say anything less than that. But uh, I feel like Nanba is very like the most realistic character minus what he does in the game in fights.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and Adachi's very like perverted drunk old man. I mean, you can't say much else coming from him. Like, yeah, he has a good goal. Kind of reminds me a little bit of like Barrett from Final Fantasy VII a little bit.
Right.
That he has big goals, but he also has all these small things that he's more interested in at the same time.
Right.
But between those three, it's amazing. So I'm excited to continue that game.
See, that's good. Now, what do you think of the soundtrack and the music?
It's good. Like normally, I don't pay attention to video game music. Like, I'll hear it for a little bit. If I like it, I'll keep focusing on it. I'll look at the soundtrack more.
Right, right.
But if it's something that's like background noise to me, it's just I will just kind of not pay attention to it. But I have enjoyed the soundtrack so
That's
far.
good. Have you done the karaoke yet?
That should be my next part. That's what I ended on the pound mate thing, but that was on the way to when a doctor said we're going to this bar that has karaoke.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah. You're gonna unlock some karaoke stuff. I didn't know if you got that far, but
Yeah,
so
I'm like right
that's good.
there.
The
At least I
karaoke
think I
stuff is
am.
funny as hell. Like, what you should do is switch the game between English and Japanese, and do
Hmm.
karaoke's in both language.
Okay. I like the fact that is an option, so I will do that. Be
Yeah.
cool to see.
Now, are you playing it on the Xbox One or Series X or
I'm using
S?
my one.
Just the
I
original
do
one?
not. Yeah, I don't have a Series X, and my Series S is not here. It's actually at a friend's house, so it's kind of hard to play that right from here.
Gotcha. Yeah, because when I
His
was
t-
watching your video, it looked like it was in 60 FPS.
yeah,
So
it
that
was still in 60 FPS though. I feel like anyway.
on the Xbox One.
It looks that way. I know I'm recording in 60 FPS.
Okay.
That's what at least through X what
Yeah,
I'm
because when I
seeing.
was playing it on my friend's Xbox One, like the frame rate looked like it was like 15,
Phew.
and it was
No,
horrible. Like he has the VCR Xbox One. So you're on
well,
chapter
well,
5.
I
So
had
what do you think of the game right now? Like, what's your thumbs rating?
it's thumbs up. Like this, I haven't played like a recently new game in a while, and this may be like one of my favorite ones I've played in a long time. So I'm excited. It's a huge thumbs up for me.
Well, you have 60 hours to enjoy it, because that's how long this is going to take you. Now, the second game that I've been playing, I don't know if you heard of it, small game called Death's Door.
I don't know if I
Another,
would call it too small. It was heavily advertised during AGDQ.
right. And so pretty much two people played it. I mean, two people made it, so it's a two person team. You know, other workers that worked on it were all contracted, and it's not on Game Pass, but it was on sale when I first got it. So instead of it being $20, I got it for like 16.99 or 15.99. It was like 10% off. Um,
Hmm.
it kind of reminds me of like a top down. It's kind of hard to explain. It kind of reminds me of like a top down Zelda type game. The game is not voice, so if that's your thing, then you actually have to read everything. So that's kind of my thing with me. Like, I kind of like having voiced stuff, because I tend to miss stuff if I have to read it,
Hmm.
and they just kind of like throw you in there, so you have to pay attention to what characters tell you to do, because they don't have a map, you don't have like a nav point system or anything. And they start you out kind of like, fighting like low level enemies, then they just throw a boss in there for, just right at the beginning.
Oh, hi, Dark Souls.
But it's not hard like Dark Souls, because you're
Yeah.
able to beat the boss. Like, it took me a couple tries to beat the boss, because I was being stupid, and I haven't really played a lot of games that were challenging in a
Hmm.
while. So that's pretty much what it was. What it was. I probably played the game, like I said, for like an hour or two. I haven't had a lot of time to actually play a lot of games this week, but I did put in some decent times into the games that I've been playing. The music, great. The sounds were great. They use a life system like Zelda. Instead of hearts, you get like little bars of life. Every time you get hit, you lose a bar of life, then you die. Then you start off at a checkpoint.
Hmm.
It's pretty good. A lot of people are enjoying it right now. So it if you listen to a podcast, especially like an Xbox podcast,
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna. A lot of people are watching it. I mean, playing it and saying a lot of good stuff about it. And I will definitely go back and finish the game and give it a thumbs up, 2 thumbs up. And what's the second game that you've been playing this week?
I've been playing a lot of Cold War this week. But like I was telling you earlier, but with Cold War for me, with it being a Treyarch game, I'm trying to step back from multiplayer games because I know that I get tapped really easily. So I've been playing a lot of the zombies game mode. And if you know zombies, their storyline's confusing already, but that's a whole different story. But just zombies itself's always been something that I'm like, I have that nostalgia trip to. Like once in a while, I just want to like, you know what? I just want to play a game, just survive as long as possible, and just see how far I can get. And that's kind of like how I like a lot of the old games, like
Right.
any of the Call of Duty or Black Ops games with zombies. They have usually great maps and modes, except for two. We don't talk about Black Ops 2 zombies, but except for Mob of the Dead. Mob of the Dead's
Buried
like
was
the
good.
greatest map
Like that's
ever.
my favorite Black Ops 2 zombies.
Like, okay, I hate on Transit and Dairaz. I hate those maps. Right, the two worst maps I think I've ever seen in zombies. But like the rest of their DLC for that game was phenomenal. I can't argue that.
Right. Yeah.
And
Transit. Oh.
but Cold War Zombies is significantly easier than any other zombies game,
Mm-hmm.
and it's cool and bad at the same time. Like my buddy who I always play it with, he absolutely sucks at video games. There's no way to put it. But when it comes to that, he's actually plays pretty well now. Like, for example, like back on 10 years ago when we played zombies, he wouldn't get past like wave 7 by himself. Now he's doing like wave 20 no problem by himself. So I'm like, I
Oh,
like
okay.
seeing that for him. Me, I mean, I've been in the 50s a couple times and I'm like, I'm cool with this.
So, what's your favorite map on zombies so far?
Not Outbreak. But between the 3 round based maps, I keep cycling back and forth. Personally, I really do enjoy Firebase Z just because I love the different mechanics it uses because we never had like a defended area type thing ever, and it's actually really cool to see that.
Right.
The new map I can never pronounce. I always call it by its English name, Wall of the Dead. It's very different.
Yeah, it is.
Um, the grappling, the repels, they're really nicely done. It has a huge difficulty curve, I feel like, especially when it comes to like I can never remember the proper names. I always call them the Juggernaut zombies because they just escalate so quickly, and it's overall a fun map. I love. It's one of my favorite wonder weapons I've ever seen too,
Okay.
especially recently.
Yeah. So, like, when it comes to Cold War zombies, my favorite still is the first one because how
The
open it is.
Die Machine gives
Yeah.
me so much
Yeah. Die Machine.
nostalgia just because of it takes place at Notch during Toten,
Oh, okay.
which
Now,
is
not Tonin, whatever you just said, is that like the very first map?
that is the very first map.
Okay.
Like back on World at War when zombies even was just an afterthought, was a
Yeah,
joke to the
because
developers.
wasn't like Die Nerd Tonin was like in a building, and that's it.
Yeah, that's literally what it was. Like on Die Machine, you literally the doors you walk into is Notch during Toten.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So they really opened it up.
Yes, which it's I love that map too. Like I said, I keep going back and forth between all three.
Yeah,
Like,
I didn't really like I wasn't a really big fan of Firebase Z just
mhm,
because of that those mechanics. Like I was able to do one of them one of the defend that area, but by the time I get
yeah,
to the second one, that's when I usually die.
it does curve up hard. Like it's like 12, 24, 31, or I think is what the waves are, or something like that.
Yeah,
It ramps up. The first one's really easy. The second one can give headaches because of just the manglers coming in that can shoot
right.
the objectives. And then if you ever get to the 30s, you face an Orda, and that's just not even fair.
Yeah. But I really like I don't know if you have access to Onslaught. I really enjoy Onslaught.
I don't have access to Onslaught. It's only on
Oh, okay.
PlayStation. I've
Yeah.
heard good things about it. I'm like, I want to play it, but bring it over here so I can try.
Yeah, Onslaught is actually pretty cool. Like if you want to explore multiplayer maps, that's a cool way to
Hmm.
do it. And it's also a round base, you know, every 3 rounds you have to fight one of those bigger zombies, don't know what they're called. But
Hmm.
it's just like they keep you in one area, and it's just a fun survival game.
Yeah.
But
Like,
when it comes to Cold War, I'm more into the 6v6 stuff, and we're going to talk about that later when it comes to the news.
hmm.
So so you're still enjoying Cold War, the zombie stuff, not the
Yes.
multiplayer stuff.
I I played a little bit of the multiplayer stuff. The problem is, like, lately, if I'm gonna play a multiplayer game, I have to have somebody with me at this point, just
Oh, okay.
because I will just get super competitive, and that's just how I get. I get super competitive. I just get obsessed with things, which is a problem on my end that I'm working on, which is hard. But when I went split screen in that game is impossible.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's
Like, split screen multiplayer, you cannot see what's going on. The words are too small. You have no idea what's going on.
yeah.
Like, even all I tried was trying to play Nuketown, I couldn't see anything.
See, with
Like,
me, what I like to do, I get competitive, but I also go for challenges. I go for my camo challenges.
mhm,
I rank up. I try to prestige. On season 2 or 3, I don't know which season it was. I pretty much completed the battle pass. I went to like 250, bought some stuff from the prestige store. That's the most I've done in multiplayer. I'm happy that they brought back Express, you know, maps like Express, stuff like that. Raid, I enjoyed that. I don't like some of the newer content that they're bringing in to the game. Um, like the season 3 maps, I did not enjoy those. I just enjoyed the remakes of season 3. Season
mhm,
4, kind of the same. Well, season 4, I didn't really play a lot of the newer content in the game because that's when I had to take my PlayStation into Sony, my PS5.
mhm.
So, um, more on that later, I guess. It should be coming back soon for the second time. For the second time.
Oh
Um,
gosh.
so there's something wrong with PlayStation 5s. I can tell you that right now.
I randomly have fireworks going off in my neighborhood. That's kind of
That's been
weird.
going on like for the past 2 months in my area. So the third and final game that I've been playing, don't have too much to say about this. Grime on Google Stadia. It is a 2D Metroidvania Souls type game. That's all you need to know. So if you're not into those games, then don't even bother playing it. I'm not into those games. I gave it a shot because it was on Stadia Pro. I give the game thumbs down. They just throw you in there and say, go at it, explore, do whatever you need to do, have fun, just die a lot, and sucks to be you. Get good. The game's $24.99 on the PC, but if you can get access to Stadia Pro for free, or if you're a returning customer to Stadia Pro, it's only $10. Might as well try it out on Google Stadia for $10, and if you're into those type of games. For me, I'm not gonna go back to the game, so thumbs down.
Yeah, I'm looking at screenshots of that game right now, and I'm like, it's like a Limbo meets Dark Souls looking game.
Yeah, for a second I thought it was like a Limbo, because I was on media silence for the game.
Hmm.
So
But I mean, it's heavily reviewed nicely for Steam, but I assume that's just because, like, everybody likes those type of games.
Yeah.
I can't get into the Souls games, so it's not my thing. I can tell you that immediately.
Yeah, a lot of people enjoy Metrovania games, and a lot of people enjoy Souls games. So if you put those two together, a lot of people are gonna really enjoy it. It's like in the it's in the 80s on Metacritic right now, and the other two games. Well, I don't know. I could be wrong about that. It might be 70s or 80s on Metacritic. I know Death's Door is definitely in the 80s on Metacritic, and Ascent is on like 66 last time I checked, when I checked the game releases for this week. So
Yeah, Ground's 82% on Steam.
oh,
I'll
okay.
check the other two. I'm curious now. Death's Door is currently at 94.
Wow. Okay.
That's unheard of. I feel like. Is Ascent on? Oh yeah, it is. I didn't think it would be on Steam. I thought it was a.
Yeah, it's on PC also.
Well, I knew it was on PC, but I was thinking, was it on? I thought it was an Epic game in my head.
It could be on Epic too.
78%. That's the worst one of the three, shockingly, and it actually looks the best of the three, in my opinion. Looks like a XCOM meets Cyberpunk.
Yep. Well, it's not it's not what's it called, a strategy game, the twin stick shooter.
It just has that look to it.
Yeah. Have you been playing any other games this week?
I have recently came back to Smite, and I'm starting to feel like, do I hate my life enough yet? So, if you haven't played Smite before, to me, it is the greatest MOBA there is.
So it is a MOBA.
It is a MOBA.
Okay.
But it's not your traditional top-down MOBA. It's a third-person shooter MOBA.
Got it.
It's, to me, one of the greatest concepts ever, and I love this game. Like,
is it the fact that it's a third-person shooter?
That's what sold me on it. Like, I played League, probably a couple 100 hours into it. I wanted to like it, but I hated the fact of the just mouse and keyboard. Just, I don't have direct control, and that's what kind of irritated me. When Smite Beta came out back in 2010, I think, I tried it. I got recommended by somebody, I can't think who it was right offhand, and I just, a combination of mythology of all kinds of pantheons plus a third-person MOBA was just like a killer combination. There's one, like, for example, you know how like everybody has like let's say you have like your Smash Brothers or something. You have this list of fantasy characters that you want to see. And part of the reason why I only wanted to come back, I came back recently, was I saw they were finally releasing Trelbadus, which is, I mispronounced that name. I butchered it. I'm fully aware. But she is like one of the Greek sea monsters that her sister's been around since like 7 years now, but she's finally getting released, and I'm like, man, this is one that I absolutely wanted. Why are they doing this to me now? And I'm like, you know what? I'll come back for a little bit, see how it's like. And I'm like, I'm getting attached to it again. So I'm like, I gotta be careful here.
Now, are the heroes that you buy free?
So that's what's cool about Smite. So like League of Legends and Dota's all free. I'm fully aware of that, I think. League of Legends, you have to buy their gems to unlock the characters.
Right.
Smite, you pay $20, you get everybody for life.
That's it? $20?
$20, you get everybody. Like, there's 120 some gods now, so it's not like you have a low amount. No, they've been releasing gods since like 2010. It's insane.
How do they make money?
Cosmetic sales.
Okay, so the gods are free. I mean, the gods are $20, but you have to buy the costumes.
Yes.
Okay.
Like, I'll give you an example real quick. Recently, they're about to start their Odyssey, which is their big yearly event where that's why they usually make their money. And the skin that they're going to do for the Odyssey, actually, no, I'm sorry, it's not the big skin, but it's still a skin that's coming out, which will be Tomb Mania Cthulhu. Cthulhu's in the game. That's hilarious to me, too. I didn't realize that till yesterday. but it's literally taken straight out of Yu-Gi-Oh's Toon World, and it's hilarious to me. I would consider buying it if I had spare money to pay for it, but a lot of their skins are just absolutely ridiculous for no reason.
Now, how much those skins usually cost?
Let's see. I don't know right offhand. I'm bad at guessing money prices right offhand, but I feel like you gotta buy gems. Like most common gem purchase like $20 for like 2,000,
Oh, okay.
and it's just $25 for 1,500 gems. That's what it is. I pulled it up finally, and it just becomes more and more. Skins become like 300 to 1,200, and a lot of the skins evolve too throughout the game.
Oh,
Like
okay.
for example, Thanatos has like a Sephiroth or one-winged angel skin that just gradually evolves every like 5 levels, and it's like the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. But it was a limited skin at the time I didn't play. Um, and high-res, the developers of the game, actually did like charity. They love to do charity events to raise money, and they'll bring back skins like that just to, if you put down $1,000 right now, we'll give you the skin. And people actually do it. I don't know how they afford it. I would never do that, but people
Parents'
have
credit
actually
card.
done that. Right. But totally recommend if you like mythology, if you like strategy MOBAs, I would highly recommend that.
See, that's pretty cool right there. Like,
Yeah,
well, not the prices of the skins, but like how they evolve throughout the game.
I mean, those are the expensive ones, I will tell
Okay,
you that.
so
It's not
those are the
like
expensive
it's,
ones.
yeah, they're the big ones. I only have like, okay, I've paid to put a lot of money in the game, but I have like 3 or 4 of the evolving ones, and it's just ridiculous how they do it.
Gotcha. See, with Call of Duty, you get like you spend 2,400 COD points, and you get one of those cooler packs with a operator skin, a couple weapon skins, emblems, and calling cards, stuff like
Hmm.
that. And some of those weapon skins are actually pretty damn cool. Like I bought one. I don't know what game it was from. It was either Cold War or Modern Warfare, but
Hmm.
the weapon skin was like a dragon, and if you interact with it, the weapon will just fly away. And that's
I
like
think I
20,
saw that in
and
Cold
that's only
War.
like $20. You know, it's just like for me, I think something like that is like reasonable.
That's kind of where they get you. It's like the small little purchases. Actually, you know what? Let's just go straight into Call of Duty right now, because there is something I had to have news that I just remembered that was just discovered. I feel like so you realize, why Call of Duty has that matchmaking system. Everybody's plays people on similar skill level now,
Well,
right?
yeah, skill based matchmaking that's been around for a couple years. It's not
It's
at this point.
it's
It's
nothing
not
new.
news. It's old news.
Now, what is news is I didn't realize this, or this is just new to me. If you buy a skin for a gun, okay, they will make the lobbies significantly easier for you, so you can play well to encourage you to buy more.
I think they released a patent about that.
Which is absurd to me. I'm like, the game's already $60, and it also has technically a pay to win feature with it.
$70
That
if you buy next gen.
$70. Well, I got it for sale for like 48. That's not the point, but it's just nuts to me. That's even a thing.
Yeah,
But
that's
it
Call of
is what
Duty
it
for
is.
you. That's Activision.
No wonder they're in trouble. That's a
Mm.
whole different story. We'll get to that one day or never.
Yeah, I decided not to cover it. Everyone else is covering it, and it's just horrible what they're doing. But um, uh, let's get into the news. So the the only news topic that I want to talk about is the McDonald's Australia PlayStation 5 DualSense controller debacle right now. So Sony is going after McDonald's Australia because they um tried to release a PlayStation 5 DualSense controller that looks like that has McDonald's branding on it. Apparently, McDonald's Australia was doing a streaming event, and they have a bunch of these controllers. But the problem is, McDonald's Australia was planning on releasing these controllers. However, Sony only wanted them to use these controllers for promotional material or imagery, and now Sony's going after McDonald's Australia to get rid of these controllers, and now they have to rethink the whole streaming thing, and they have to give away different prizes. Now, if you look at the controller is white and red. On the left side of the controller, it has fries. The D-pad of the controller is yellow, and the right side of the controller is red, and it has a Big Mac on the right side, and all the face buttons are yellow, you know, to emulate the golden arches. They're kind of like the same color as the golden arches are the fries. We don't know what the back of the controller looks like, so we only have promotional material of the front side of the controller. The I really like the touchpad because it has some of the red that bleeds into the touchpad, so that looks pretty cool. But you know what controller that people can pre-order?
What's that?
And get right now is the Xbox Aqua controller. You should probably look that up. I didn't put that in the notes. So it's look up the Xbox Series X Aqua controller.
The shift control. Oh.
Aqua Shift controller. It is sexy as fuck right now. It's it has it's blue. It doesn't look like that Sonic controller that came out when the Series X first came out. It has a different tint of blue. It looks like it came right out of the ocean. It's $69.99, and you can pre-order it at xbox.com. I might splurge and pre-order that right now. Does it say anything about when it comes out?
8/31.
8/31?
End of the month. End of the month.
Ooh, I might pre-order it.
I think I've already I mean, it looks pretty. If it was an Elite controller, I may have considered it just because I know my next controller I'm buying will be an Elite.
Do you have do you have a bunch of Xbox One controllers?
I have I've had 5 Xbox One controllers in my lifetime with my 2 Xbox Ones.
Okay.
I mean, my generic one, I actually like this is what I typically use for when I play now. I actually put the pads on there, but it's a generic white controller. I recently sold another controller. I love that controller so much, but I couldn't refuse the deal, which was the gray and teal controller. And then my personal favorite, speaking, going back to Smite, I have this controller unfortunately broke, but this is the Scuff Gaming Smite controller.
I thought you were gonna pull out one of those the Sea of Thieves special edition controllers that people were raving about.
No. I've had that controller for like 7 years. It's busted, broken. I'm so mad that it didn't last as long as it should have. But
so I had about 10 or 12 Xbox One controllers throughout my lifetime. I started collecting them when Titan 1 came out. Then I had a lot of the camouflage controllers and the special edition colored controllers. Then I ended up giving most of the way to my brother because his nephew has an Xbox One and he's been playing it, and I kind of want to get rid of all my controllers that use a micro USB plug. But I do have 4 Xbox Series X controllers, one white, one black. I got the Sonic one, and I have you guys seen my channel, this is my new favorite Xbox controller right here, the Mountain Dew one, or the
Okay.
electric shock one. Unfortunately, the whole controller is not yellowish green tint. Kind of looks like your
Hey, one
chair.
job.
Yeah, I kind of wish the whole thing was the same color. That's why I'm kind
Mm-hmm.
of hesitant to purchase Xbox One controllers, because I want the whole thing
Yeah.
one color, not just half of it, you know.
Yeah, that's like I said, that teal controller that I had was beautiful. Just like the gray, I liked it, but I didn't at the same time. So I understand what you're saying.
My older favorite controller was the Halo 5 Spartan lock controller. The gray and the blue
Yeah,
was
I remember that.
was really good. My one of my coworkers had the console, and I don't know why I passed that up when he was selling his stuff. But I guess
Man,
I wasn't really into Halo 5 at the time.
that kind of happens. It sucks when you look
Yeah.
back. Like, what the heck is this? I
What?
need to stop paying attention. That apparently Walmart has custom Xbox Live Elite controllers, and there's a Spider-Man one that looks amazing.
Yeah, but are they like first party?
Um, all original accessories. I don't know. I'm really no, it doesn't look that way.
Yeah.
But it's 270. I wouldn't do that, but
Nah.
just the look actually looks really cool.
Now, doesn't the Xbox Design Lab do Elite controllers now?
I don't think it does yet.
Okay. Yeah, maybe if they start doing that, I guess that's when I'll get an Elite controller.
Yeah, I really want an Elite, but money and I'd like to customize it. Straight black's cool, but I want more than that.
Yeah, exactly. Um, Speaking of special edition consoles and stuff, I guess this is special edition.
It is? Which
Yeah.
one's that one?
A red Switch.
Red Switches are special edition?
Well, yeah, it's a special edition Mario one with
Oh,
Mario 3D
okay.
World.
Okay.
All right, let's try not to derail this
Yeah.
episode as much as we can. Last news topic: Call of Duty Season 5 stuff has been announced. You got the roadmap, 3 new operators. I forgot the third one, but we have Kasune and Hudson, and 5 multiplayer maps. 4 of them are kind of like remakes. 3 of them are remakes. I mean, 2 of them are remakes. One of them takes place in another map, and the other one is a completely new map. So you have a drive-in, then you have zoo. I forgot the name of the completely new one. You see it in the trailer. So that's going to be exciting next week for me. That's the game I'm going to be talking about the most. Is season 5 of Call of Duty. I enjoy playing the new seasons until I get bored of the game, and I missed half of season 4 because of my whole PlayStation being at Sony's. I ended up getting the game on sale on PC, so that's why I didn't really get season 4 chance. So, but I really like Kusune. I think she's like hot as fuck. She could like sit on my face and do other stuff, but we'll not get into that. So what do you think of season 5 content?
So I like I love when games like do this roadmaps. That's always good. Echelon slums and showroom of the
Oh,
multiplayer maps.
that's what the map was.
I have it
Echelon.
pulled up in front of me. That's why I remember.
Oh,
It
okay.
actually looks like it's based off Fire Base Z. So
I
I
thought
may be
Apocalypse
interested.
was kind of like based off of Firebase Z.
Well, I see the globe that is part of that, so maybe what I'm thinking of. I could be
Okay.
wrong. I haven't touched multiplayer at all, to be honest with you.
Gotcha.
I haven't touched Warzone in a year. I stopped
Warzone is
playing.
trash.
Yeah, I don't care about the new Gulag or the map updates. Kasune, Striker, and Hudson. They've butchered Hudson. Hudson's from Black Ops 1 or 2.
1.
It's 1, yeah. And he does not look good here. It disappoints me. I am a gun nerd at the same time. The EAM2, I'm not familiar with right offhand. It just could be the color scheme. It kind of looks cool, kind of fits that time era perfectly. The Tech 9, really cool submachine gun from back then. A cane. They do a melee weapon every time. I guess they gotta go get creative. The shovel's still my favorite. And then they have a double barrel pistol shotgun coming out. I don't know if you saw that or not.
Yeah.
And that's very interesting. Kind of reminds me of like the old Executioner to a degree, but a double barrel form. And of course, the flamethrower score streak. I like the fact they bring back flamethrower period. I wish it would come back permanently to a degree because flamethrower was fun in what it wore.
Well, it is a score streak, so.
Well, say like,
that's
as
the
a
best
weapon
you're gonna
itself.
get. Yeah, that's the best you're gonna get.
Zombies. Like I said, I'm a huge fan of zombies. New region for Collateral. I'll probably end up playing Outbreak for a little bit just to see what it's like. I'm not a huge fan of it. I like the round base personally a lot better. Outbreak feels a lot slower paced to me. A tank's in there now. I feel like that's gonna be really strong against Ordas and all the special zombies. I'm really curious with the grappling gun. I don't get why it exists, so I'm really interested in it. There is a new perk, Death Perception. Death Perception was in Black Ops 4, which let you see zombies through walls.
Oh, okay.
And it gave increased damage if you hit their weak spots. I don't see how that perk's gonna go right offhand because it sounds kind of useless right now.
I didn't really get into Black Ops 4 zombies.
Black Ops 4 Zombies was very... It existed. It's the best way to say it for me. Like, the Gobblegum ruined it for me. So that's why I stopped playing it.
Wasn't the Gobblegum in 3 also?
Yeah. I didn't play 3.
Oh, okay.
Which, apparently 3 is the best zombies game, and that makes me sad that I didn't get to play it. But...
Yeah, because they brought back, like, a lot of the maps
all the maps.
Yeah. From... Not... I don't know if they brought back 2 maps, but...
I know it's 1 in What It War.
Yeah.
But then again, What It War maps 4 on 1. That's a whole different story. Tesla Storm, I have seen a video on. It's like the Deadwire ammo mod just spread out, lets you move a little bit faster. It sounds really cool in a pinch. Then again, that they all are. So, and there's a new objective for Outbreak, which I don't really care, like I said. But I feel like this will be an okay update. I'm really curious with the mid-season event called The Numbers, so I'm assuming Mason's gonna show up finally.
So, what I heard was the number stations are going live in Warzone. That's what I've been hearing.
Oh, that's not fun.
Right. When I hear about Warzone, not fun. That's all I'm gonna say.
I could see them like do a sequel to, like, in Zombies a little bit, like 5 or Classified map for that, because I think that sounds familiar in that line of thinking. I mean, heck, we're talking Cold War. Can we have like Reagan in a Zombies map?
I don't know if they're gonna do that. That's the thing. Like, they're dead set on having these operators.
They are. They want money.
Yeah, like.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody wants money.
Like I enjoy playing as Maxis, looking for Maxis in Fireface C.
As Maxis. Yeah. Or Weaver when Weaver's talking to Weaver.
Now Weaver's that is that guy that talks to you in the beginning of the maps, right?
He's the guy who's always with you no matter what, except for on the new map for Wall of the Dead.
Oh, okay.
So he's like the commander, basically.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, because I don't know. His voice actor sounds familiar, but I don't know who he is. Like, I didn't even look him up either. But
I know you got me curious.
yeah, I think it's Greg Chung, but he has like a
Gene Farber.
okay. I thought it was Greg Chung for some reason.
No.
He kind of did sound like Greg Chung. Maybe because I play a lot of Judgment and Like a Dragon.
Yeah. I think it's fair. I don't remember him being in Black Ops 1 though all of a sudden. That's interesting.
What? Weaver?
Yeah. I just probably don't remember because I haven't played Black Ops 1 in a long time.
I don't think he's in one. I think you had I can't remember the Japanese guy's name.
Oh, Weaver is one of the guys that like interrogates you.
Oh, okay. Is he part of the story or
Yeah.
anyone?
Yeah. I didn't think about like, yeah, he actually is in Gary Oldman's in Black Ops 1?
Yeah, I think
He's Reznov. That's hilarious. I didn't know that.
he is. Wait a minute. So
I'm going down a rabbit hole. I am sorry.
so you're saying Weaver is in the campaign of 1 or is he strictly in zombies?
He's in the campaign of 1.
Okay, I've been meaning to replay the campaign of 1 because I enjoyed the story of Cold War.
I haven't touched it, to be honest with you.
It's interesting.
It's just, yeah.
It's short and sweet. You could probably get it done in like a weekend or a little longer if you're making videos.
Huh. That's hilarious. That's actually ironic. One of the missions that Weaver does is Operation Charbitus, which is that Smite god that's coming out. I love these little things that are just coming together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. That's very interesting.
Yeah, so we're gonna do a little bit of show and tell before we head out. I got 2 things to show off.
Okay.
The first thing is Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword on the Switch. Nothing special about it, just a game. Probably do some streams on it. Funny story, never actually beat a Zelda game all my life.
I haven't either, to be honest with you, but I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this. I think Legend of Zelda may be one of the most overrated game series ever.
Yeah, I think it's overrated too, to be honest with you.
Actually,
Especially
I have beat a Zelda game. I actually recorded it too. I beat Hyrule Warriors. I don't think that
but
counts.
that's not a traditional Zelda game.
Yeah, it isn't. But like, I did beat one, and it doesn't count in my opinion. Yeah. Technicalities help, but no.
I never actually beat a Legend of Zelda game. A traditional Legend of Zelda game where you go explore dungeons and all that, solve the puzzles. I always get lost and get tired of it and just quit. The second thing that I got.
Oh, are those the extended editions too?
Yeah, regular and extension on 4K Ultra.
It makes you wonder how Amazon's gonna do theirs, but I don't have high hopes. But that's gonna be amazing.
So yeah, that's what it comes in. 9 disc. So the regular edition's on 1, then the extended edition's on 2 disc. So it's more uncompressed, I guess. I did watch The Fellowship of the Rings. I still need to watch The Two Towers and Return of the King extended edition. Each movie is almost 4 hours long. I could have played more games this week, to be honest with you, but yeah,
you had better things to do.
I had better things to do. And another thing I did all day was I got my new Xbox recently, my original Xbox, my soft modded one. So I finally figured out how to put games on there via FTP, because
Okay.
my regular modded Xbox had trouble doing that. But I wanted an Xbox with a 2 terabyte hard drive so I could put my entire library on there.
Yeah.
So I've been doing that all day also.
Also, the only thing I really have sure to tell is it's actually been right beside me the whole time. Is I like random strange things. If you haven't figured that out about me, so the next thing I'm learning about is actually a tarot cards. Um, when I played through Persona 5, I got really interested in them a little bit because all the social links had a major arcana card,
Right.
and I was kind of curious about it. I had a friend at work show me her set. I'm like, if I had one, I had to have something that would be more like me. And the kind I have are actually all 8-bit. And it's like, this is perfect.
Oh, okay.
It's really cool.
Well, have you thought about doing any tarot readings?
That actually comes with how to do them. So I played around with just personal stuff with me, and the thing about I've learned about tarot is it's not to predict the future. It's more of a little bit of a potential advice that you give yourself depending on how you read it.
Oh, okay.
It kind of gives you a different perspective. Like, for example, when I did my reading, it was mostly focused on like past relationships. And I'm like, that is something that bothers me as a past relationship. And if I overcome this obstacle, like a lot of my future is going to be in better shape mentally. And I'm like, that is true. If I just learn to let go of certain things, it would help out.
Gotcha. Other than that, I don't really have anything else to show off. Anything for you?
I got nothing else right offhand.
All right. Where can people find you?
You can find me mainly right now on YouTube, with Factor the Game. Uh, one day I'll probably end up going back to Twitch one day, but it won't be probably for another year or so before I
Twitter?
consider it.
Anything?
Uh,
Insta?
to be honest, I don't even know what my Twitter handle is. I think my Twitter's handle is also Factor the Game, or it's the Game Factor. It's one of the two.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
curious, but
So what?
it
So
is
when I
Factor the
put you in
Game.
my description, I'll just look for your um YouTube account then. For now.
Yeah, look my weird looking robot.
Okay, so people could find me at a bunch of places. My main channel that I haven't uploaded in a couple weeks. GMillion. I changed my streaming channel from GMillion Plays to Gstreamz, and everyone now thinks I wear a G-stream while streaming. So go ahead and subscribe to that. I stream about once or twice a week, mainly Stadia stuff. Right now I'm currently streaming Red Dead 2. Then subscribe here to Console Gaming Radio. This is going to be our podcast channel. The videos will be uploaded every Friday. So record on Thursdays, and it's going to be uploaded every Friday. So expect podcast episodes on Friday. Now, as far as social, Twitter, GGN2112, too lazy to change it. So that's where you can find me. And don't really care for Instagram, don't really care for Facebook. So that's where you can find me as that. And we have my Discord in the description, GMillion. I will put a Console Gaming Radio channel for questions into my Discord as well. So you could leave questions on the comment section on this episode, or leave it in my Twitter, then we'll get to those. I mean, not my Twitter, but my Discord, and we'll get to those next week. Eventually, I want to start doing stuff like Yappa. So I want to get people's voices on here as well, so we can have more interactions with our audience. I don't have anything else, and we are out. Bye.
Stop.